What's up, people? It's your boy, him from there. Why did I just sing a little bit? Hope everybody's having a good 2026 so far with my first show of the year. So let's get to it. Um, I don't know. It's funny that the first of the year is starting like midweek, starting like on Thursday. It's Friday now, but let's get to it. I recently had a Facebook post about what I'm not gonna argue about anymore in 2026. Yeah, I'm 47 years old, man. 47. And about to be 50. I'm married, been married for 18 years. Um, three children that I'm raising, you know. And I don't know, I'm kind of set in my ways now, man. And there's things that in going into, like I said, in a few years I'm going to be 50 years old, and there's things that I'm not going to argue about anymore. It's ridiculous arguments that I'm really don't have time for anymore, honestly. And I'm not arguing these points anymore. I posted a few of them on Facebook a couple of days ago, but I'm going to go into some of them. The first one is the LeBron James Michael Jordan argument. LeBron James is a great, great basketball player, hands down, one of the best to ever play basketball. Yes, but is he the greatest basketball player of all time? To me, no, he is not. The best basketball player of all time to me that I've seen is Michael Jordan, and by close second, Kobe Bryant. Now, I'm not arguing this point anymore with you young guys, cousins, nephews, um, anybody that started watching the NBA when they were kids, and probably, LeBron James is on top. So that's your GOAT. My GOAT is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And like I said, a close second, Kobe Bean Bryant. That's all I got to say about that. I see a lot of not even Facebook posts, a lot of TikToks, a lot of videos, anything circling the internet different. I see young N. What is it? YNs? Y'all calling them? I don't know how much I can use the N word, but I'm gonna try to refrain from it. I'm not saying it's a New Year's resolution. I'm saying it's a life resolution. So I'm gonna try and refrain from using the N word a lot, at least while I'm recording. I'm not gonna say I don't use it in public or against my. I mean, not in public, but when I'm with my friends or online talking. But whatever. But the YN thing, and I see a lot of you YNs out here on the train, on the subway, in public, and it looks like you sometimes y'all get into it with older people, people my age. I guess we the OGs, the unks and stuff like that, and I see that. And going into 2026, one thing I'm not gonna do is um start anything with you guys. You out here in the streets, we having problem, whatever stuff like that. I'm calling the cops. There's no need for me to get into an argument with somebody that might pull a gun out on me or shoot me or stab me or cut me or for whatever reason. But too old for that. I'm not going to argue with you guys. I'm going to call the authorities. I am at that age where I will call the cops. Call it snitching, whatever. I don't care. I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the cops on you. I'm letting you know this shit now. I'm calling the cops. So that's where we go with that. I'm not out here trying to fight. Whatever. Have a phone, whatever. If it has to ask, if I have to defend myself, yeah, I'm going to defend myself. But the first thing I'm doing is I'm calling the police. I'm calling the authorities. I'm one of those people now. I'm one of those people calling authorities, and we'll let them deal with that situation because I'm too old to be out here trying to fight somebody. I wasn't trying to fight somebody in my 20s. Why am I going to try to fight you in my 40s now? It makes no sense. No sense at all. I'm not doing that. Yeah, yeah. I'm calling the cops. I'm at that point in my life. Another thing, um, people my age, again in their 40s, and to each his own. But the still having the birthday parties in the club. Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing. We're not doing that. At least me and my wife aren't doing that. If you have like a nice get together at like a banquet hall, or how people have parties at not a banquet hall, but like at a nice lounge or whatever, a nice party, and you invite people to celebrate your 50th anniversary or your wedding anniversary or um your birthday and stuff like that. I'm coming to things like that. But if you contact me with a flyer with your picture on it, and then the drink prices, the list for the bottles, stuff like that, and you're invite me to your birthday party for that. Yeah, I'm not coming. I'm not doing it. I'm 40. I'm not coming to a club to celebrate your birthday party. I will give you a nice text and a nice birthday shout out on Facebook under your Facebook invite, but I'm not coming to your party at a club. I'm not doing that. And if your face and your picture is on the flyer of the club, I'm not coming twice. I'm not coming two times. I'm just letting you know. Yeah, two times. I'm not coming. I'm not doing that. Not no, too old for that. Too old for that. I go to PTA meetings now, and I do stuff like that with my for my kids and go to bouncy houses and stuff like that. So I'm not going to a club that has bottles with sparklers and shit like that. Nah, not doing that in 2026. Not no. Sorry. I mean, no offense to you. Do what you want. Like I said, no offense to you people that still throw those parties. Still want to get it in on you in your 40s. Still want to turn up or whatever. Nah, I don't turn up anymore. I'm not doing that. Not doing that. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Um, a lot of people. I'm not saying I'm a Disney adult. I see Disney adults on TikTok and stuff like that, but I honestly enjoy taking my kids there and doing the Disney parks and doing things like that. And I'm not gonna look down at it. And I think other parents take your kids to Disney World. Don't listen or Disneyland if you can afford it. Take them there. Take them there. Don't listen to anybody else because the first thing when I hate when you say something about Disney and the first negative thought is, oh, the lines and the price. And yes, it is what it is. It is what it is. But if you can and you're able, don't don't deprive your kids of a Disney experience just because you don't want to do it. You think it's annoying, or you hear other people say it's annoying and say the prices and everything negative about Disney that you hear. I mean, it is what it is. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it, or don't not do it just because you hear other people say it, how bad it is. Your kids don't care. They don't care how bad it is. They see other people had to have been. They see the movies. They see the commercials. They want to go. So just suck it up, and if you can, take them. Take them to Disney World. Let them have that experience at least once, and then see how it is. It might be so good that wow, it's not all as bad as it everybody made it out to be, and they'll go multiple. You take them multiple times, but don't deprive your kids of Disney because you heard other people say how horrible the experience is. Don't do that to your children. Don't do that. The pause game. Oh God, this is this is I don't like I said. To each his own. It's funny. My favorite rapper is Cameron. He's like I he's like seems like to be the king of the pause game, but I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna stop my conversation and have to say pause just because something you think, not me, you think is inappropriate or is I'm trying to be careful here because I don't want to get canceled second show into my podcast. Um, but I don't we it seems like as black men, and I we are the most we are very homophobic, especially my generation, very homophobic um dudes. I mean, it's not that serious, man. It's not that serious. I'm not gonna just because you say something that sounds sexual or whatever doesn't. I don't think that's gay. I just it's don't. If the first thing a comment somebody makes is the first thing that goes to your mind is something sexual, then maybe you have the problem, not me. So why should I have to correct myself because you're thinking about something that's questionable in that sense? What that makes no sense to me. Like with the whole hot dog and glizzy thing. Like I remember when that first people like, oh, he got a hot dog. I seen online. I seen like, it's another thing. The internet. People that whole time. People, oh, he got a glizzy. He got a glizzy. First of all, when did we stop calling hot dogs Hot dogs. When did they become glizzies? When did this happen? Who at what food meeting was there that it was like, yo, these are glizzies now. You can't eat them. It's gay. And why? Why? If the first thought you have when you see somebody eating a hot dog is a homosexual thought, like again, I said that's your thought, not mine. I'm just trying to enjoy something that is delicious. I don't care what you say. Hot dogs are delicious. Hot dogs have been delicious ever since the first time I ever had a hot dog. A dirty dog from the streets um, cart was like a staple when I was growing up, man. Sabaret hot dogs are awesome. A hot dog in New York City with sauerkraut and mustard, heaven sent, heaven sent. A grilled hot dog at a cookout, man, with the grill marks on it, burnt to a crisp, with just some mustard on it. Again, heaven kiss, chef kiss. Those are awesome. So you're not gonna stop me from eating something that is that delicious because you think it's gay to eat a hot dog. That's your thing. That's your um you're missing out. So I'm not gonna say pause or stop eating hot dogs. I'm not doing that. I didn't do it before. When people were saying no homo, I thought that was offensive. I mean not offensive. Yeah, I think it was offensive. It's like, oh blah 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 blah, blah no homo. So why? Why? What I remember telling somebody, what if a white person was coming to you and say like something, um I'm about to have some Kool-Aid, or I'm about to eat a piece of fried chicken. No black person, but think about in that context. So with somebody saying blah 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 blah, no homo, that's what I used to say. So I thought that was stupid too. I didn't do it back then. I'm not doing it now, like the whole pause thing. So yeah, that's another thing I'm not doing in 2026, or I'm not playing the pause game. Just you can say it whatever, or you can look, oh that was crazy, whatever you do it. I'm whatever. I'm gonna keep talking and move on. I'm not gonna entertain your pause thing. So I'm not doing that. So it's just me. Like I said, Cameron's my favorite rapper. Keep on doing that. Everybody else keep playing the pause game if you want to, but to me, I'm not doing that. Not at all. Won't be doing that. Nope. All right. If I dress, my fashion sense. Again, in my 40s, um, I don't know how. I do know. I don't understand when people like I see on that women and men. I see why y'all still wearing Jordans out here. Why y'all still wearing this? Why y'all still wearing that? What is the appropriate um dress? The appropriate outfit? The appropriate fashion for 40-year-old um Generation Xers? Like I don't know what we're supposed to dress, how we're supposed to dress. I dress the way I dress. I dress comfortable. I like screen tees. I like jeans, and I like Jordans. I like sneakers. Not even just Jordans. I like sneakers. I like a nice pair of sneakers, nice pair of jeans, t-shirt. When I want to jazz it up, I like polo. I still like Tommy Hilfiger. I still like Guess when I can find it. Champion hoodie, Champion sweatshirt, a nice sweatshirt. This is the way I dress. This is the way my fashion. Even I'm gonna wear a basketball jersey. I'm gonna wear a baseball jersey. I'm gonna wear a basketball jersey still to support my team or to support a player that I watch or used to watch when I was a kid. Um, to me, throwback jerseys will never go out of style. If you're a sports fan, I'm gonna put a jersey on of an old player or of a current player that I like. I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna let the internet tell me that it's out of style or whatever. Whatever. I'm going to dress the way I dress. I'm going to continue to dress. I'm not going to let young people or the internet influence and make me stop. Because, like I said, and then where I go, what is where I'm not a regular polo shirt, button up shirt, slacks, khaki kind of guy. I'm not. That is not me, and I'm not going to dress like that. I'm going to be respectable, and I'm going to wear respectable clothing to a wedding, funeral, um, get-togethers when it's appropriate, to wear stuff like that. I'm gonna do that, Will I might throw in a pair of sneakers depending on the people, depending on the place, depending on the event, or the I guess the people that invite me, depending. But if like it's a old friend or somebody that knows me, and I'm gonna dress up, but I might throw on some fresh kicks with that casual outfit or with that dress up outfit. But I'm gonna do me. I'm not gonna be disrespectful anywhere, but I'm going to try my best to keep dressing the way I want to dress and not be influenced by people on the internet or people in the world. I'm going to keep doing me, and I think a lot of people should do that. Don't let these guys get on the internet and, oh, y'all shouldn't be wearing Jordans no more. Y'all too old for that. No, no. Do you do what you want to do? Wear what you want to wear. What makes you feel comfortable. I think as long as it's clean and it's you it you know fashion is fashion. Your own fashion, whatever. You know, that's how all I have to say about that. Really, I mean, it's crazy. Some people get on here and will really be influenced by these young people telling them they can't wear Jordans no more. F that. I'm going to wear Jordans as long as they make Jordans, especially the ones that I like that are different colors. And I will keep buying the same ones over and over. I don't care. People excuse, oh, you keep buying the same shoe over and over again. Yeah, because the other ones that I bought before, they have scratches on them. I don't like clean ones, so I'm going to get a new pair of them. That makes sense to me. I don't understand why it doesn't make sense to anybody else, but that makes sense. So that's what I'm going to do. Especially if you have the money to do it. Oh, but you're wasting your money. If you have the money to do it, then do it. Don't listen to other people. All right. If This is another thing I think about a lot that gets I don't know if it's an old topic or a new topic, but it's something I want to talk about. Married people that still don't have their significant others, their husband or wife's phone code is crazy to me. If you're married, I think both of you should have the code to each other's phones. Not just to, have it because you think the other person is being dishonest, but practical things in life, like your children, and what if you get in an accident and stuff like that, or the whole you can't no you don't shouldn't share your location with your wife. Please, I want to know my location. Please, I want to know your location. I want you to know my location. My wife listens to a lot of murder shows and people coming up missing and stuff like that, and like I want you to be able to find me. Like, God forbid something happens to me, I want to be, where was the last place he was at. That's to me, that's convenient. That's not being that's spying or being nosy or not having your privacy or not having, oh, I need my privacy. No, that's freaking a good thing. I think. Please, I disappear. I'm somewhere laying up in a ditch. I guess that's the best way to say it. This old school. I'm laying in the ditch. I thought you were laying in a ditch somewhere. And I might be literally laying in a ditch somewhere. I want people to be able to find that ditch, so that I can be taken to safety and stuff like that. I mean, shit happens. I mean, So I want my wife and family or people. Please, I want people to be able to find me. So yes, I'm sharing my location. We were in a car. I share my location with a lot of people. We were in a car accident, and thank God for Apple. And when the phone, I don't know what happened, but when the car crashed and we flipped and everything, the phone called and notified my sister, my mother, even my kids on their iPad at the same time. So I want people to know when shit that's not good is happening to me. So please, if you're married, if I understand, all right, I'll understand. If you girlfriend and boyfriend or whatever, y'all still building trust, so whatever. But if you're married and you have a family, it's have your each other's phone codes and share your locations and stuff like that, because you never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna happen. I think that's crucial. That's crucial. Um, what else? I'm sorry. I know you're not supposed to pause. I'm still learning the podcast game. I know I've had 8 shows before that nobody listened to, but damn it, I'm back. And if you don't want to listen, fine. But I'm gonna get on this, and I'm gonna try to have topics that people want to listen and talk about. So so bear with me. Um, Our president hasn't done anything crazy or said anything crazy in the last couple of weeks. At least I haven't been paying that much attention since December. It's all been about Christmas, my kids, and my wife. So I really haven't been on my Donald Trump watch as usual. But it's 2026, so and I mean it just started. So he's gonna give us something soon. So something him crazy. Well, I guess the last thing I thought was crazy was him adding his name to the Kennedy center thing. That was like ridiculous. Like he wants his name on everything but that Epstein list. He didn't he wasn't too adamant about trying to get his name on that on that list, right? He wasn't talking about that, but he wants to put his name on everything else from the freaking the Gulf of Mexico to that Kennedy building, huh? Crazy, crazy, crazy. I don't understand why he feels the need he has to change and put his name on everything. Like he thinks Trump looks good on that name looks good on everything. It really doesn't. It didn't in the '80s when you built all those horrible casinos and that big ass building that's still in Midtown. So, and it doesn't look great now on the stuff that you're just trying to change. And I think you would put your name on the Statue of Liberty. You'd put the Statue of Trump. It looks nothing like you. You're a man, and that's a big green lady. But I think you would put your name on that if you could. Statue of Trump. I really think that's how crazy and full of yourself you are. I really think that you would do that. Wouldn't put it past you. So we'll see, right? Crazy, crazy, crazy man. He is crazy, crazy man. Um, Football playoffs are about to start. Um, if you're in the tri-state area, your team has been eliminated for some weeks now. You stop messing with the Jets. It's funny that um a lot of people that I really really care about are fans of the Jets and the Giants, and people they get my friends get on me. Oh, you should represent the team that you just of the state that you live in, and yeah, you should, but I'm not. Like I said, my previous podcast, or if you know me, I was born in North Carolina. I support the Duke Blue Devils, and we didn't North Carolina didn't get a football team until the Panthers until the '90s, and didn't get a basketball team until the Hornets until the '90s. So I was already vested in the at the time the Orlando Magic, and then eventually the LA Lakers. But I'm sorry, I didn't grow up cheering for the Knicks and the Nets and the Jets and the Giants. You know what is funny about the Giants? I hate the Giants, of course. They've caused me a lot of pain. They almost killed Joe Montana on a Sunday one time as I was a kid. I had to watch that in real time. I saw it when Leonard Marshall almost killed Joe Montana. Literally almost killed him. Read the story. He had a spleen injury and everything. Like that man almost died on that football field because of one hit, and changed the trajectory of 49 of football forever. I mean, the man was not the same after that. But with the Giants franchise and their wins, I mean, the Giants literally have what four Super Bowls, right? Four. There's teams that haven't even won a Super Bowl or just have one Super Bowl, and the Giants have four of them. So that's great. NFL franchise. Um, but the Super Bowls that they've won, except that one when they dominated Denver, when they dominated the Broncos. Other than that, the Giants Super Bowl wins are so crazy to me. Like they're these dramatic stories. Like after that, every Giants Super Bowl win is a freaking movie. Like the first one or the second one. Um, they were 10-0. I remember the 49ers played them. They were 10-0. They played them on Monday Night Football. Um, and the team was great. I mean, it looked like this is a Super Bowl team. And then Sims gets hurt, so it's like, oh, they bring in Jeff Hostetler. Hostetler leads them to the Super Bowl, to literally the last play won by a field goal. I mean, won by a missed field goal um, by Scott Norwood for the Bills. That's how they won that Super Bowl. Like that's literally a movie. Like watching that whole Super Bowl run was a movie. Then the next time they win the Super Bowl, um, what is it? They win every game on the road. Like even mid-season, nobody thought that team was going to win a Super Bowl. They have Eli Manning. You know, when you look at Eli Manning's face, this is wrong, but when you look at him and see, he does not look like somebody that's going to come in the locker room like, "Hey guys, we're going to pull together and win it." He just looks like, okay, All right. Eli, you gonna play quarterback? Okay. Like Eli, you scored a touchdown. Okay. That's what he looks like. But on the field in those playoff games or those two Super Bowl runs, he looks like a a monster. Like I mean, he was just so great. Like oh god, it hates. I would use great and a Giants player in the same sentence. Oh, it's making me nauseous right now. Oh Lord. Ugh. 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 All right, I got that out. But he was awesome and won a Super Bowl, man. Won a Super Bowl. That was he was a monster in that Super Bowl run. And then the next Super Bowl run they beat. I don't know if it was the same. Was it the next year that they beat the I mean, they beat the Patriots in both of those Super Bowls, but it was the next year that the Patriots were undefeated and they beat them, right? And that's just another movie. Like they get all the way to the last game of the season and beat one of the best teams ever, one of the best regular season teams because they lost they won every regular season game except that one, so they beat that team. So I don't know, Giant Super Bowl runs are just crazy. So shout out to the not shout out to the my friends, you know who you are, that are Giants fans. Shout out to your Super Bowl runs and sorry for your heartbreak for the last I don't know how many years, but it's been pretty bad. It's not regular. At least in one thing, you don't get regular heartbeat. I mean regular heartache. Your heartaches are pretty bad. Like, but hopefully you'll come out of that. But I'll smile to while you're in that. So, and Jets fans. Oh, that's another. Ooh, that's just. Ooh, I don't know how you fix that. It seems like it seems like it's always gonna be um a turnaround, and then shit just happens. I don't know who cursed that team or whose wife Joe Namath screwed that made them get cursed. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the Jets, but that's just a very very cursed franchise. They just can't do nothing right, even when it's about to be right. It doesn't get right, so that's just bad. But yeah, my 49ers. This is a special team. I think we can finally do it this year. We'll see. Tomorrow's a big game. If we can get the number one seed and not have to leave Levi Stadium for the whole playoff run, that'll be great. So let's see if we can pull that off tomorrow. I'm going to a birthday party and I'll be in full 49er gear. Well, I'll try. I don't. Like I said, I don't. Oh, it's a birthday party. I think I'm going to wear my Brock jersey again. They haven't lost since I put it on. Since I've watched the game and had my Brock jersey on, they haven't lost the game. So fingers crossed for my San Francisco 49ers. Go Niners. Go Niners. Um, as you know, I am a girl dad. A father of three little girls. One's 15, not too little no more. One is 7, and one is 10. And girls are different, man. I swear, I'm learning a lot, man. I'm learning to be very not even the patience to be sensitive. I get really, really, really insensitive sometimes. You got to think about their girls, so it's like, what? Why is that upsetting you? Why? And you have to think about their girls. These are girls, so you have to be sensitive, and that's been a try, not a trial. What's the word I'm looking for here? I don't know. It's been a learning experience, and I'm learning to be sensitive to their feelings because there's certain things that girls will cry over that you're like, what? You're crying? Like I mean, little things like small little things that I mean that they'll start crying over, and you'll be like, what? Why are you why are you crying right now? And you can't just be like, stop crying. There's no need to. You have to be like, no, that's I understand. That's you have to because they're sensitive. They're little girls and they are sensitive. So I've been learning that as a girl dad, and I'm going to keep learning and keep getting better as a girl dad. And hope that when they turn 16, they'll still like me. So that's the goal. That's at least get to 16 with liking dad, and then I guess 17, 18, 19, and then eventually 20 they'll come back to liking me. So I'm just enjoying the liking of the dad now. Like everybody, I don't know, everybody else says they get, you know, this they turn into these other people. I don't know. I just heard a lot of girl dads, a lot of even parents all of them explain when they get especially girls when they get to like 16. That's like when they don't want to be your friend anymore. I'm not trying to be your friend. I don't want to be your friend. I'm gonna be your parent. That's what I'm supposed. I'm not here to be your friend, but I want you to like me though. At least like me. At least like me as your dad. Like me. You can think I'm corny and whatever like that. That's a given, but at least like me. Hopefully, I pray for that. I pray they like me at least. um, Another thing I wanted to talk about is people that it seems like a lot of the content, at least when I'm TikTok scrolling, a lot of the content, some content is people that just get on, and this is it's mostly just females, but they could just get on the internet and just stand there, and just because they have a nice body, they have a TikTok. I don't, I it's. And I'm not saying it's weird, but it's just amazing that you could just get on. I got a nice body, and just put music behind it, slow motion a couple times, and you get like 1,000 views. So I'm not hating. It's amazing. So I mean, if guys, I don't know, we can't do that. We can't just get on the TikTok and just take our shirt off and pose. And will that happen? I don't know. It just pose and just play music. Don't even say a word. Not play and just play music in the background and spin and you know poke our chest out and get views and likes. That's I don't know. That's not crazy to me, but I mean that's where we are as a society right now. That's people are getting paid to do that, or their pages make money off of that just to stick their butt out in the and get views and likes. That's where we are. So that's and some people that's their job, and they seems like they get a lot of money doing that. That's where we at now as a society. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that's where we are. That's where we are. Just um, stick it out and show it. So yeah, 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 yeah. Um, I always said though, and like with OnlyFans and pages like that though, be careful, ladies, because especially if you have children, because one day somebody's gonna bring those photos and those whatever up at your kid to your kid, like, oh, look at your mama. So just be prepared to have that conversation, because I would never want to be one of those kids that's you know I mean, I got picked on when I was a kid, but not for my mama being, you know, on the internet with a booty out. That's gonna be rough for a lot of kids are gonna have to go through that in the coming years when they get to junior high, high school, whatever. A lot of kids are gonna go through that. Ain't this your mother? Ain't this your mama? I'm like, what do you how do you defend that? Because how do you? Oh man, I don't even want to think about being that kid that has to defend their mama for having an OnlyFans or a racy um TikTok or a racy Instagram page. Yeah, that's gonna be rough, kid. More power to you, man. More power to you. Sorry that you're gonna have to go through that, but you might not need therapy for it. You might be a very hard um very thick-skinned kid to know that, or maybe your parents might beforehand explain to you that they have this, and people might pick on you about it and explain to them. But I don't know. I don't have to have that conversation. Thank God. Oh man, yeah, that's ooh, that's rough. That's rough. That's rough. That is rough. That is rough. I haven't watched the Stranger Things finale yet. I'm probably gonna watch it a little later on today. 2 hours. We were at the movies yesterday. We went to see Zootopia 2. It's pretty good for your young ones, the little ones will enjoy it. It's good for adults too. It's a good movie. Good. Um, but I haven't watched the Stranger Things finale yet. I'm not looking to hear any reviews about it. I'm trying to avoid spoilers, but I'm gonna watch it, and um, it's coming to an end. I guess that's why I'm putting it off, because it was a very good show to me. Like I said, I kind of related to the whole having a close having close friends, growing up together and stuff like that, and families and stuff. So that's why I always thought it was a good show because of that aspect of it. But it's come to an end finally, so I'm gonna watch the finale soon. So I'm watching a lot of shows. I watch a lot of shows. One of my favorite shows is the Sylvester Stallone one, um, Tulsa King. That's good to me. I really enjoy that. Sylvester is another one of our I guess childhood stars or childhood movie stars that we watched that I guess he endorses Donald Trump. I want to say he does. That's all. But I don't know. There's one thing I do try to do is set aside what they do on film and movies to their political, aspirations or political beliefs or whatever. So I try to look at our stars as like I said with Tom Cruise. He's a Scientologist. A weird, very weird religion. Let me stop knocking people. I'm like I said. Let me stop messing with the Scientology people before I get canceled before I even start anything. But I look at Tom Cruise as that's Ethan Hunt or Lieutenant Pete Mitchell, and Sylvester Stallone is Rocky, and the Demolition Man, and Tango and Cash. That's Sylvester Stallone. I try to envision, try to keep them on the screen, and whatever they do in real life has nothing to do with me. That's just that's what I try to be because it's hard, especially like I said. I think on the last podcast I talked about how our our stars, our people that we looked at and considered good people or deep people that we wanted to be like growing up, and they came out as murderers and um, women beaters and rapists and a whole lot of stuff that that we consider bad, but when we see them in the in the spotlight on TV, we seem like we thought they were the best people in the world. So try to not get that illusion. Try to separate it from real life because they're human too. But I'm just saying just because they're human don't mean they have to be bad humans. But everybody's different. Everybody is different. So try to teach your kids. Those are movie stars, but they're also human, and they might not be what they portray on film and on TV. In real life, they might be a totally different person, and that totally different person might not be a good person. So think about that. Um, Another thing. Ooh, excuse me. Um, I don't know. I guess I'll save that for the next show. I don't want to put everything on my mind in one show because then I'll have nothing to talk about. I'll be sitting here boring the hell out of you, which I hope I'm not boring the hell out of you already. But like I said, it'll get better. Just give me a chance and give me a listen, and you know I even if there's any way to leave comments or whatever or send me an email. My email is scott.brandon756 at gmail.com. Um, so hit me up on Facebook. My Facebook name is Brandon Lee Scott. Use my whole government name. Yes, my middle name is Lee. It's not something I made up. My middle name is Lee. Brandon Lee, like the actor. Rest in peace. Bruce Lee's son. Bruce Lee, one of my another one of my childhood idols. Um, yeah, hit me up. Let me know if I'm doing a good job. Let me know if I'm doing a bad job. What can I change? What can I leave? Your opinions on stuff that I talk about and things like that. All right. Well, that's enough for today. I hope everybody's enjoying their new year. Enjoy your weekend. Um, get out and do some things before Monday. I don't know, before your kids go back to school. It's been great. That's one thing that's been I love about the me and my wife both love about the winter break is we don't have to get up and get anybody ready. We could just get up and go to work. We don't have to worry about waking anybody up, getting anybody dressed. That's a plus for parents. I bet it is for every parent doesn't have to get people ready in the morning along with themselves. So it's definitely a weight off our shoulders when they have winter breaks or school breaks or whatever. When they don't have to go to school, period. You don't have to get them ready, except that the older teenagers, you get yourself ready. But a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old, they just need a little bit of help. And they're girls, so they have to get their hair done. I don't do their hair. My wife does their hair, but still, I know she says it all the time. She's glad she doesn't have to do hair in the morning during these winter breaks. All right, getting off subject. I'm trying to say goodbye, and I'm getting to a whole another topic. So, thanks for listening, people. Um, Happy New Year, Godspeed, and see you next show. That was an accident. That's that's the sound effect I was looking for. The applause. All right, one love, people. Peace.